everybody. I'm sorry we're a few minutes late. We're trying to figure out YouTube new live. Is that fan going to drive me crazy in the background?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Hello, who is on? Let me see if I can do that. Hello. Hey, Megan. Hello.
What's up, everybody?
Hello. We haven't done a live since, hey, Katie. We have not done a live stream on YouTube since Mother's Day.
Can everybody hear us all right?
Can you hear us? We're using our
blue snowball.
Yeah, our little microphone that usually helps. There's a siren outside.
Police siren outside.
Yeah. It's your Father's Day. We had a very good day.
Yeah. Live and strong.
No, it's just spinning around. You guys, I'm
you
in my
spin
pajamas.
Me right around, baby.
Okay, I'm in my pajamas, so sorry about that.
I'm in my Father's Day shirt.
I came home from church and put on my pajamas.
Of course you did.
So, okay, yay, everybody says they can hear us great. So, today's video that was supposed to go on this morning, I tried for like 4 hours yesterday to get it to work. And our computer was just being in pain. And we finally got it to go. We finally got it to, like, what's the technical term? Share from the computer.
Yeah, share.
But I'm going to just save it for tomorrow. So we needed a video for today. And we thought, hey, we did a Mother's Day live chat. Let's do a Father's Day one. So we just got the kids to bed. And we thought we would hop on. We're going to also do a live taste test with you guys tonight. So
Ooh.
Awesome. Yeah, I do too, Megan. I always live in my pajamas. If I'm at home, I'm in my pajamas like 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So funny. The kids just got in bed.
Yep.
Okay, what do you want to start with? If you guys have anything to tell us or ask us or
yeah, for sure,
let us know.
Everybody's
jumping on.
We'll definitely take your questions. We'll come on in. I wanted to do something since it is Father's Day to break ice and kill some time while everybody keeps coming on. There was a couple of things that we really thought would be fun. We're going to do a taste test for you guys Father's Day. So I think that'd be fun.
So everybody that's asking about paparazzi, we do our shows on Facebook. It just seems to work out better on Facebook.
Yeah.
I've tried to do one on YouTube and I didn't sell anything. It was like in the middle of a live.
Yeah.
So I think Facebook's the best. If you guys are, it says you keeps freezing up, try to refresh.
Try to refresh the stream.
Anyway, we do them on Facebook. So find me on Facebook. Facebook.com/JessicaHolleyRN. And you can watch shows like Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes Saturday.
Usually do a speed round Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Did one last night.
They're really, really fun
to
watch.
The board's over here. You can see the necklaces hanging over my shoulder.
They're super fun.
They are.
Yeah. Okay. So.
You want to get started?
Yes, let's get started.
All right, I just typed it in on Google. Father's Day questions. Here they come.
So.
And I've had no time to think about it. We did this literally in the last 10 minutes.
Shirt's like really low cut. 9
questions to ask your dad on Father's Day. So I'm going to pretend Lucy's and Nate are asking me these questions. What is a favorite memory of your dad?
That's hard.
Do you have not your absolute favorite, a favorite memory? So if you have one, go ahead.
My dad just always made sure we had really great vacations. That was one of his like big things. And so from the time that I was living at home, you know, from a little kid all the way through high school, he made sure we went to all 50 states. So we'd have road trips during the summer. And it's always, I have so many memories of those trips and staying in hotels or campgrounds or wherever. And his mission was to make it to all 50 before I left for college. And for my high school graduation, we had a trip to Hawaii, and that was our last state. So I think I got the love of travel from my dad and mom too. And he always just made it really fun. Even though we didn't always have a lot of money to spend and stuff like that in the beginning, we stayed in campgrounds and I remember we ate like sandwiches in the car and stuff like that occasionally, but it was always really fun and special. And I don't think we appreciated it then as much as I appreciate it now. So, okay. That's I could say like 100 more, but that's just one I thought of my top of my head.
For me, my dad was so many things to me because he was so active in my life. And that's one thing I really appreciate about him is that when I was young, when I first started even playing like t-ball, my dad was an assistant coach. And I think my dad assistant coached or coached me on just about every team I played until like junior high. So he was a big, big deal there. Dad is the one who was our senior commander in Royal Rangers at my church. And so he organized all of our camping trips, our big summer trips. And in terms of that, the one of the most distinct memories I can remember was I think I was 10 or 11, and I went rappelling for the first time. For those of you that don't know what that is, when you put a harness around your waist and you drop off the side of a cliff with a rope. I'd never done anything like that before. The only time I'd ever done anything like that was at our church when we did it off of a staircase rail. And so this was a cliff 40 feet up with a rope, and I'd never done anything like this before. I was scared out of my mind. I'm not ashamed to say I was a 10 or 11-year-old crying because I was so scared. I did not know what I was doing. My dad eased me the whole way down that rope. And when I got to the bottom and I was walking my way back up the side of the cliff, he met me halfway and gave me the biggest hug I've ever had in my life from him. And
you never told me about that.
It was just one of those memories where, it's you're growing up, you're a young man now, but also, I'm proud of you for still being my little boy. There's a lot of things that go into that. And so that's one of my fondest memories of him, because as my dad's not a very wordy guy, he doesn't talk a lot. And so when his actions speak, they speak very loudly. And so,
okay, so to answer some of the comments I've been watching go by. Okay, Danielle says they don't have Father's Day in Australia till September. That is so interesting. I never knew that. I thought it was the same everywhere.
When I was looking up questions, that was one of the things that came up, was that the North America is the only continent that celebrates Father's Day the way we do.
Very strange. So. And then somebody said they missed my video this morning. Yes, we had technical difficulties with the vlog.
It will be up tomorrow.
The video that was supposed to go up today is scheduled for tomorrow. I finally got it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry. In the video, I say it's Father's Day when you're watching this. Yeah. It's not going to be, but we had a lot of issues, but we finally got it.
But so we decided to do this tonight. So you get a video every day.
I love you guys. I love all your stuff that you're talking about your dads. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Question number 2.
Ooh, this is okay. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let's do this question because I think it's a great one.
Oh,
your favorite TV dad.
Okay.
I don't know. That's really hard.
It's funny. I'm trying to convince Jess to do a top 10 influential TV shows on this channel with me. I think that we would have fun talking back and forth about this. I mean, I'm going to youth camp and they're doing the family theme. They're doing the Flintstones. They're doing the Jetsons. They're doing the Winslows from Family Matters. They're doing.
I'm trying to think though. My favorite TV dad. I mean, a lot of my favorite shows. I don't know. It's hard.
You got Danny Tanner from Full House.
Too cheesy.
You got Carl Winslow from Family Matters. You got
I don't know. That's
Eric
a really
Camden
good question.
from Seventh Heaven.
Well, some of these dads in their private life have,
Well, I mean, it's the character.
It's
the character, not the actor. It's the character.
Mike Brady, Pa Ingalls.
No, I didn't. I couldn't stand Mike Brady.
Yeah, a little cheesy, but I mean, that was the shows back then. That was
okay. Jonathan Kent from Smallville. Guys, I'm telling you. Just real down to earth, rugged, manly,
I can see that.
But sensitive, raising the most impossible child to raise.
I love all the dads on Parenthood. Who else loves Parenthood? I'm trying to get him to watch it. It is such a great show. It is a great show. The families they show on there, and like the grandfather, and then all the different dads. Oh my gosh, I love that show. Probably that is my favorite. I just love the way they show families on that show.
Yeah, I've got all 10 seasons of Smallville. So John Schneider smashed.
That was a great question, though.
That was a great question. I love that. Next question on the list here. Question number 2. What's the best advice your dad ever gave you?
These are too hard.
Well, just think of something. Not your mom, your dad.
That is so hard.
This is gonna be different because dads talk to girls different than they talk to boys. So,
my dad really instilled into me saving and budgeting and not spending when you don't have. I know that's not like he taught me lots of other things, but I really appreciate the lessons that. I mean, he gave us an allowance and he taught us. This money goes to God. This money goes to tithes. Mm-hmm. This money goes to savings, and he taught us at a very young age how to save up. And I would buy things. And,
my dad did too. And
that really means a lot to me because now I still use those lessons. And I feel like they're really, really crucial. And I feel like a lot of people don't learn that at a young age. And it's hard to start learning that if you weren't taught. And so that was one of my dad's biggest things, is like teaching us about money and, saving. Saving was, the biggest thing I learned is, save it for later, and it grows faster than you think. I remember I wanted an American Girl doll and they were really expensive even back then. And so instead of just buying it for me, he took some money every week out of my allowance. And I remember being so surprised how fast I earned the American Girl doll, because it just, kept accruing. And so anyway, but there are so many more. That's probably too shallow or something, but
no, that's a good lesson, because that's a lesson you're going to use the rest of your life. So
yes,
that's a great lesson. My dad and I had a lot of good talks. We had a lot of, he drove me to school several times before I was able to drive. So we had a lot of talks on the way to school. Like I said, we took road trips together, camping trips together with friends and family. But one of the biggest lessons I remember Dad teaching me was your true character is who you are when no one's looking.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that lesson. So many times, especially men, put on this facade because we want to be tough, or we want to be real, or we want to be, whatever persona people perceive of us. And I know women do the same thing, but with men, I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want people to see that side of me. I don't want people to see, whatever. But then when you get alone, it's just you and God speaking to you. That's who you really are. And in those moments, what is your true character? How much of you is truly like him? How much of you is truly integrity and real and going to last the test of time? Because that's who you really are. And eventually that part of you is going to be shown in public.
Well, and another thing my dad always taught me, and I think your dad too, is on Sundays, we were very involved in church.
Yeah.
And there was no, we wake up on Sunday morning and we didn't know.
There was no option.
We knew Sundays we went to church.
That's what we did. And that's what our kids do. That was instilled into
us by our parents. And so I really appreciate that, because I think if it wasn't for that as a teenager, I would have been like, oh, okay, I'll just skip today. But that wasn't an option. And it really shaped us into who we are. Sometimes people say, I would never make my kid go to church. Well, do you make them go to the doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Do you make them go to the dentist?
Yep.
It's just, or even more,
you make them go to school.
Exactly. So
it's not this is something we may or may not do. It's because we understand that these are real things that we want our kids to have instilled in them, to where when they grow up and they make a choice, they're going to look back and go, I'm glad mom and dad took me to church.
Right. So. Right. Okay.
Next question. Number 3. Who was your childhood hero?
I don't know. Why does this have to do with being a dad? I mean, what does that have to do with it?
Again, it's asking fathers. So did we have a childhood hero?
You can get a Bible anywhere, even on your phone. The Bible app on your phone is free.
YouVersion app is free.
You can get a Bible on Amazon. Go to the library. I'm sure they have them.
Go to a hotel and get one out of the Gideon's drawer.
Or just go on the internet and you can read it online too. But it's great to start doing that for sure. A handheld Bible. Yeah. Just go to the library, go to Amazon, anywhere we'll have
one. Get one that is not, heavy. I recommend the New Living Translation. Childhood hero. Wow. Fiction or fact? I
don't know. I never really had someone that I just.
My granddad, both my granddads and my dad are my heroes. In terms of fiction, Batman. Just in terms of fiction,
girls have here. I don't know. We have our dads and our grandads, but
Well, probably for girls, they lean towards mom or grandmothers, since it's.
I don't know.
Probably that way.
It's a weird question.
All right. Anyway, let's see. Next question. What were you like as a teenager? I know what my dad was like because we've talked about this. Did your dad ever tell you what he was like as a teenager?
Yeah. Him and I have very similar personalities. So yeah, we've talked about it.
My dad and I are not similar at all.
You are.
No, not in personality. No.
You are. No. That's not true.
I'm very much like my mom.
You are, but there are parts of you that are like your dad.
There are parts of me, but my dad is more. My dad's more of a people person than I am. My dad loves to be around people and talk to people. But my dad seeks people out. I'm laser focused. If I'm working on my dad, if someone comes into his office, he'll put what he's doing on hold to sit and talk to them for an hour. I will make it a point to get them out of my office to get back to work.
That's not true.
I'm telling you, that is.
David is way more extroverted than me.
I'm more extroverted than she is, but I'm not near as extroverted as my dad is. My dad is very much an extrovert, and he's very much gregarious, fun guy. Growing up, he was a people person. He loved being with people. He was always like a very strong business-minded guy. But one of the biggest things I remember him telling me was Bible quiz. My dad had over half the New Testament memorized before he was 18.
Yeah.
My dad was huge on Bible quiz. It was a big deal to him. So he was a big student and loved that kind of stuff.
So you weren't like that.
As a teenager, okay. The Bible part of me, definitely. I was probably a little bit more of an athlete than my dad was. I played a lot more sports than probably he did, I think.
But you only did like in your last part of college.
No, I played stuff all the way through. Okay. I played stuff all the way through. I'm definitely more of a stage person and a ham than my dad. I loved being in music and drama and singing and playing instruments and acting.
Y'all both have the same sense of humor.
We did. Yeah, we're both dry-witted. I'm more sarcastic than him. I'm much more sarcastic than him. He's more dry.
Okay, so when I answer this, am I supposed to ask who I was as a teenager, or
if you want to talk about that, you can.
I was very shy. I know that's very hard for y'all to imagine. Maybe you could see it.
Yeah.
I was very, very painfully shy.
If three of you were in the room with us, she would be more shy.
Maybe, but I feel like being a mom has really brought out more of my personality, because I don't know what it is. Like, you have to do more as a mom. You have to advocate for your kids. You know, I mean, so it's not always about like how you feel on the inside. But I was super shy, and I think my dad, he was really shy too, so he could kind of understand that. My mom she was shy as a kid, but then she kind of is like me. As she's gotten older, she's gotten way more outgoing. But anyway, I was very shy. I had a handful of friends. I've always been one to have like a couple close friends.
Yeah.
And I still don't like big parties and going out, and I would rather just stay at home.
I'm more of a homebody too, but I love hanging out with people.
Like David would have people over way more than I would like.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really have the room in here, but
I would. And where you and I are definitely different is what we call friends. She has a inner circle that's very, very close, and I have a huge, vast array of acquaintances.
But he doesn't have hardly any very
little close friends, because what I do, it doesn't really allow me to.
Yeah, but that's
unless you befriend people that do what you do. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of pastor friends in our area that I can just run with and go see a movie with or whatever. And with Nate and with our children the age they are, I want to come home. You know, I don't want to be that guy that has 2 nights a week out with the boys.
Yeah, but but see, when I say close friends, we don't most of my close friends, we don't even none of them live in the same area as me. So we don't hang out a lot.
Yeah, you call them all the time.
Well, you know, I'll text them, or when they come out, you know, when we do get to see them, it's like we pick off where we never left, you know, but I don't even think it's in relation to how much time we spend together. It's just, you know, I tell them things that maybe, you know, I wouldn't tell just anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
Katie, I know. We're like the same. We're like the same personality. That's why we get along so well.
Give her your number. You'll start talking.
We should. You should. I will text you my number. I will message you. I'm not going to say it here. I will message you my number for sure.
Okay. I don't want to get calls in the middle of the night from Australia.
No, please don't.
I love you guys, but
not just Australia, but anywhere. All over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah.
All over the world. There you go. Who was your favorite artist / singer / group in high school? Wow.
I was one of those kids. I didn't like.
No, go. Do you know your dad's?
My dad. I know he liked Elton John.
I still don't know
and
why.
He liked him because, see, he grew up in a pastor's home. Like my dad's dad was a pastor, and so it was kind of like that little act of rebellion that he would go to, and his dad didn't really like it.
Yeah.
So
there was a little bit of that release. Yeah.
That was like the little you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he still likes that, but
my dad really doesn't listen to a ton of music. It's funny. He knows so much. He and mom will break out in old church songs all the time. So I know that's where his life mostly has been. But I mean, he's not I really have never.
Says he likes does he say he likes Neil Diamond?
Oh, that is it.
I see. How did I know that? And you didn't.
Well, I kept racking my brain going, I can't. But here's the thing.
I remember him saying that.
If you get in my car and get my Spotify out and hit my playlist, you'll hear some of the stuff I like. My dad was never I never listened to Neil Diamond in Dad's car, but I know he likes Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
So
I think he just likes his voice.
Yeah.
Which I don't. get it, but whatever.
It's a classic. People love
whatever.
that
I don't really
voice.
get Elton John either. So
Yeah, but no, good grief. You want to go first again? Who your favorite? Did you have a favorite artist or group as a teenager?
As a kid, my friends were obsessed with NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Hanson. I did not like any of those. I didn't. I was not the girl that was like,
you're not very poppy.
I didn't care. Like
you weren't a groupie.
No,
Yeah.
no, I liked. I went through a phase of liking ABBA because A-Teens came out. Who remembers A-Teens? They remade all the ABBA songs, and I really liked them. And I liked some different things, but I was never like obsessed where I wanted to go to concerts and I wanted to. Like I remember the day some of my friends went to NSYNC. And they about had a heart attack. Yeah. Like they were about to die. And I was just like, I don't get it.
It's hilarious. We've got friends that are our age now that when the Backstreet Boys, when Kevin came back into the group, they started going nuts. Like, I got to go see them again. They're all back.
I just have never been like that. So I don't know. I mean, I like some of their songs, but I never was like so obsessed, I
didn't get into secular music until late high school because I knew I couldn't get away with it at my home. But
my mom and dad let us listen to. I remember listening to lots of country stuff with my mom, and I think that's kind of why I like some country music is because she always had it.
I didn't get into country music really till I married her. She brought me into country music.
I like some of the more like poppy country.
I started getting into U2 and more pop music when I was in high school. But all throughout my teenage years, my favorite group that I probably definitely listened to the most was Third Day. Third Day was my favorite Christian group.
I don't know what it is, but I know I never
because I love rock and roll. And I love worship music, and in the Christian world, and in their peak, they were the best at both. They were the best in the Christian artist world and in rock and roll.
I think that's what it is. I never really like concerts. It's too crowded. I would rather now I have gone to a few concerts.
I love concerts.
And they're fun. But the price of them and all of the
unless you do like a winter jam or something like I did is when you go to pay this one-time fee.
But I just never really enjoyed it that much. I like listening to the music in my car when I'm driving by myself.
It's perfect quality because it's the recording.
Yeah, you don't deal with like 100 people.
But I do get the feel of you're there. They're right there in front of you. It's live. It's loud. There's people all around you that love it. So
yes,
I get it.
I love country too, and it's just because. Well, we grew up in the South.
Yeah, Third Day was my jam as a teenager, but all through my 8-year-old years till now, if you said, David, you can only listen to one group the rest of your life, For Him.
Yeah,
For Him.
That's all right.
They have, if you hear me sing, all 4 of them are in my voice. I sing them so much.
David loves boy groups.
Vocal groups. There's a difference. Not boy bands, vocal groups.
You love those too.
No.
He likes them because he likes to hear the parts.
I love the harmonies. I would never pay to see their show. Yeah. I would never buy their albums, but I would sit and listen to their music because I love harmony. Yeah, for sure. But I love Avalon. I love Lady Antebellum. I love Little Big Town. I love harmonies.
We're getting off on another tangent that was not the question.
I love For Him. Anyway. Okay. Speaking of that, do you remember the first album or CD you bought with your money?
I have no idea. No way. Wow. I remember though my first car.
It may have been. I think it was a DC Talk CD. I think my
first car when I got my first car, it only had VHS cassette
plates. Yeah.
But then for my birthday, right when I turned 16, because I had my car a little bit before I turned 16 to practice and stuff. When I turned 16, one of my gifts was they changed it out for a CD player. Mm-hmm. So I remember I had some of both. And I used to love to go to Walmart and listen to the headphones. Mm-hmm. And I would always pick one out. I would get paid.
Kids are so spoiled today.
And I would go pick out a new CD and wear it out.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what my first one was. Yeah. I have no idea.
I got some hand-me-downs from mom and dad. They would and then when I got my car, they bought me a bunch of CDs for the car. But I really think the first CD I ever bought with my own money was DC Talk's Free at Last. I really think that was the first CD I ever bought. I remember that.
I have no idea.
I remember that. And if y'all want to interject any questions like this while we're doing it.
Point of Grace, yep.
Love Point of Grace. Okay, my first concert.
Was it Carmen? Everybody says Carmen, right?
No.
Mine was Carmen.
I've never seen Carmen live.
Those were the best in the 90s because they were free.
I've never seen Carmen. My first concert ever was with my mom, my aunt, and all of their friends.
Oh, thank you so much, Tommy, for the
Thank you so much
for the super chat.
We went to
so nice of you.
First concert ever. I was, I think, 11 or 12. We went to Tupelo, Mississippi to see For Him and Point of Grace, the Message Whole Truth Tour. That was awesome.
I never was into the groups. I did
That
like
was
Point
awesome.
of Grace. My mom had one of their earlier CDs, and I really liked that one. But that's all I ever listened
They're
to.
legends. They're the top-selling female Christian group of all time. And they've had more '1 hits in Christian music than anybody else, I think.
I really liked Avalon. That was the only like big group
I
I liked.
Avalon.
I got to see them in
They're
concert, and
They're
they
really
were
good.
really good. It was right when Can't Live a Day came out, so they were huge.
Yeah, Jessica and I have talked about it over it because Avalon's had a lot of different incarnations, and that four lineups.
Yeah,
that four in the middle of the Christmas
album.
album.
Are you kidding me? That is amazing. I haven't got an email from them.
Awesome. You have to check on that. That's awesome.
Okay, I'm going to message you my number as well. So if you have any questions, you can text me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's amazing.
That's incredible.
I'm also going to add you to some groups.